Hello viewers, I am Kausalya. Today we are going to solve problem 3 and 4 in exercise 13.2. The problem is a gulab jamun contains sugar syrup up to about 30% of its volume. Find approximately how much syrup would be found in 45 gulab jamuns, each shaped like a cylinder with two hemispherical ends with length 5 cm and diameter 2.8 cm. So here the thing is, you see, a gulab jamun contains sugar syrup up to 30% of its volume, right? So here we are discussing about a single gulab jamun, right? So it contains the sugar syrup is 30% of its volume, right? Now we have to find how much syrup would be consumed by 45 gulab jamuns, right? So here about the shape of the gulab jamun, you see each shaped like a cylinder. It looks like it is the shape of a cylinder with two hemispherical ends, right? So and the length is given and the diameter is given. So here this is the picture which is given in the book, right? So first we start our discussion with the shape of a gulab jamun. So here you see this is a gulab jamun, right? So here it is shaped like a cylinder with hemispherical ends, right? So this is a hemisphere and this is a hemisphere, right? And here the length is 5 centimeter and the diameter is 2.8. So here the total length is 5 and the diameter is, you see, this is the diameter of the cylinder, right? So this is 2.8 centimeter. So here while discussing about the diameter, you see the diameter of the cylinder as well as the diameter of the hemisphere are the same, right? Because you see this is similar to this. So first we are going to find the radius, right? So here the diameter is 2.8. It stands for cylinder as well as for the hemisphere. So here the radius is nothing but it is diameter divided by 2, right? So here it is 2.8 by 2, which is 1.4 centimeter. Now we are going to find the height of the cylinder, because you see this is our cylindrical part, right? But the total length is given as 5. So now we have to find the length of this part, right? So we have to calculate this portion. So how to calculate this portion? You see here the total length is 5. Now you have to eliminate this part as well as this part, right? So here what about the diameter? Here it is 2.8. So what about the radius? It is obviously 1.4. So what do you mean by radius here? So here the radius is nothing but a line which connects the center to a point on the circumference. So here this is your radius as well as this is also said to be radius, and you see this portion is also radius, right? So from 5 you have to reduce this part as well as this part so that you can find the height of the cylinder. So it is 5 minus, so here it is 1.4 and as well as here also it is the radius of the hemisphere which is 1.4. So 5 minus 1.4 plus 1.4, so which is 2.8, and 5 minus 2.8 is 2.2 centimeter, which is nothing but height of the cylinder, right? So now we are going to find volume of 1 gulab jamun, so that we can calculate the volume of 45 gulab jamuns, right? So how to find the volume of this gulab jamun? You see this gulab jamun, that is the shape of a gulab jamun, contains a cylinder and two hemispheres, right? So here we have to find volume of this hemisphere, then volume of this cylinder as well as volume of this hemisphere, right? You have to add all these volumes to calculate the volume of 1 gulab jamun, right? So here the formula is, you see, volume of one hemispherical end, right, and volume of the cylinder and volume of the other hemispherical end. So even you can mark these parts as, you see, let this portion be 1 and let this be 2 and let this part be 3, right? So here you have to add 1 plus 2 plus 3 to find the volume of a single gulab jamun. So here it is 1 and here it is 2 and here it is 3. So what is the volume of one hemisphere? It is given by 2 by 3 pi r cube. Then volume of the cylinder is given by pi r square h. Then what about the volume of other hemisphere? Again the same 2 by 3 pi r cube. Right. So here you see we are having two similar terms. Right. 2 by 3 pi r cube and here also 2 by 3 pi r cube. So here we can write these two terms as 2 times of 2 by 3 pi r cube. Right. This is just like you see if I have 2 plus 2, I am writing this as 2 times of 2. Right. Both the answer is same, right? 2 plus 2 gives you 4 and again 2 times of 2 is again 4 here. The same way here I am writing. I am combining these two terms as 2 times of 2 by 3 pi r cube and here it is pi r square h. Right. So when you multiply here we are getting the answer as 2 into 2 becomes 4. So 4 by 3 pi r cube plus pi r square h. Right. So here you see R value is same for both the things, right? R is same for cylinder as well as R is same for hemisphere. Both are same values. So here I am taking R commonly outside. So here I am having R cube and here I have R square. So I can take R square outside. So when I take here pi is common, so write pi and R square is common, so R square. So the remaining terms will be 4 by 3 R plus H. Now just substitute the values, right? So pi is nothing but 22 by 7 and the value of R is 1.4 into again 4 by 3 R plus H, the value of H is 2.2, right? We have calculated. So just substitute the values and cancel out the common terms. So here this 7 and 1.4 they cancel by 0.2 times. So now when you solve, you see here I had taken LCM, right? Once LCM is done, you see when you add 5.6 and 6.6, I am getting 12.2. So this is the volume of one gulab jamun, right? So anyway, don't simplify and reduce it as a single number because we are going to find a volume of 45 gulab jamuns anyway. If there is any term which can easily cancel, then it will make our calculation simpler. So just don't reduce it, right? Let it be this. Now volume of 45 gulab jamuns. So this is the volume of one gulab jamun. So how to find the volume of 45 gulab jamuns? You have to multiply by 45, right? So 45 times of this term. So again you see 3 and 45 they cancel by 15 times and now this is the volume of 45 gulab jamuns, right? But what we actually need to find, we need to find the volume of the syrup which is consumed by 45 gulab jamuns, right? So here the thing is, you see, a single gulab jamun, it consumes 30% of its volume, right? Now what about 45 gulab jamuns? So you have to multiply this entire expression by 30%, right? So here when you multiply, you see, this entire expression gets multiplied by 30 by 100. So again when you simplify, finally we are ending up with the answer as 338.184 centimeter cube because here we are discussing about volume, right? And in the problem all the dimensions are given in centimeter, right? So here the unit should be in the form of centimeter cube, right? So that's all. If you have any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Thank you.